Novice Punchestown, even when the sun isn't shining. It's that time of year. 5 days of frantic activity on the racetrack, 5 days of joyous partying in the enclosures. Our best jumpers doing battle for the final time this season, and some mouth-watering clashes. How about Ken Boy and album photo in tomorrow's Gold Cup, or Minnan and Dessau in today's Boyle Sports Champion chase? We're with you all the way, each day live on RTE.
Everyone looks forward to Punchestown.
This is the meeting of the year.
Very important place for us to perform.
Is the pinnacle of our year.
In the national hunt season, you look forward to Cheltenham and then Punchestown. That's how I rank it.
My most memorable Punchestown was being crowned champion jockey for the first time. I felt I'd achieved something.
Hurricane Fly winning the champion hurdle, beating Solway, crowned a brilliant week for me.
Punchestown 2018, where I rode 3 winners at the festival, so it'll be hard to beat that.
I have that many good memories of Punchestown, I couldn't put it into one. From Imperial Call and Comanche Court to Mastermind, Twist Magic, Hurricane Fly, Queen Viga. Punchestown is just incredible.
The Wednesday last year, when Paul Townend came out and rode 3 winners, turned what I thought was a losing championship into a winning championship.
And it's another for William Mullins.
Don Cossack winning the Gold Cup.
Don Cossack wins for Gordon Elliott.
As a jockey, Punchestown is an incredible track.
Big galloping track, but it can be fast and furious.
But the best horse usually wins. Punchestown in the works.
Exciting. Competitive.
Hard to sum up in a word. It can be heartbreaking and it can be exhilarating.
Punchestown is my town.
Oh, peerless Punchestown means so much to so many people. Let's see what we can find. This, sir, what is Punchestown?
I've been coming to Punchestown for 40 years. The racing has got ever better, but it's so relaxed. It's a festival in every sense of the word. The racing is as good as at Cheltenham, but the atmosphere is quite different.
An incredible meeting. Let's see who else we can find if we come here day long. Let's see this gentleman. How you keep? What does Punchestown mean to you?
Very good racing. Bit of crack and everything like that. You know. What do you think of it?
Oh, it's magic. It's the culmination of the jumping season. So much to look forward to. This man here wants to. Good to see you. How are you? Absolute. What does Punchestown mean to you?
Fantastic. Dad came for years and years. I'm coming about 20 years. It's 1 week off every year. The summer holidays don't matter.
The summer holidays don't matter. It's peerless Punchestown. It's about to start.
Oh yes, it certainly is. It's a meeting that means an awful lot to an awful lot of people. Katie and Ted Walsh. Katie, what does it mean to you?
Oh, well, listen, you know, even listen to the lads talk about Punchestown. It's where everyone wants to ride winners at the end of the season. It's the last week of the national hunt season of the year, and I mean, it's our local track really. We're only a couple of miles from here. It's a place that was always extremely lucky for us, and it's where you want to be this time of the year.
Early memories?
Loads of early memories. Never compromise over the banks for Dad. Ladies' Cup on Wedger Party, Champion Bumper here on Blow by Blow, along with all the other meetings throughout the winter. I won a handicap chase here on Battlefront in the snow, beat Ruby one day. That was special, and yeah, it's a special place.
Ted, it's hugely special to you, I know.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you have Leopardstown. We have so many good festivals. Leopardstown at Christmas. It's the first big one of the jump season, and then we have Cheltenham, and then we have Liverpool, and then we have our own Punchestown. But to every people with realistic ambitions, Punchestown, whether you're a hunter's chase man coming here for a Latouche or a Ladies' Cup or the hunter's chase or a good bumper horse, there's lots of small races that maybe the general public don't do, but it's a huge thing. Locals here getting a ride in the Ladies' Cup, the Farmers' Race, you know, all those races, and the championship races as well.
It is unique, isn't it? Because it's got this incredible cross-country course, which is how it all started.
That's where it all started, and it's great it never lost its roots. And I must say, Johnny Moore and the people before him, Peter Martin, were great not to let it go, because they're under plenty of pressure there. And they have 3 banks races. They brought in one there, in my time designed to 2, the Ladies' Cup and the Latouche. Now they have another one as well. And it adds to the meeting. It just takes us, all right, maybe there mightn't be grade 1s, and they don't have to be. But people all around the country that have horses there come to Punchestown. People who own them, train them and ride them. to have a ride around in the Latouche, to jump Ruby's double there, go down, jump the big double, jump the hedges. It's a magical feeling if you've ever been involved in horses. Something you'd like to do. It's like badminton in the show, in the cross country or something like that, or Dublin show. It's just magical for horsey people.
Katie, first of the big clashes today. We've got Underso and Min. Your brother very much involved. He rides Min. Who wins the first of the clashes?
I think probably Min has age on his side. I thought he was very impressive in Aintree the last day. Cheltenham, he never seemed, I don't think anyone seemed happy with him after jumping one in Cheltenham. He got into no kind of a rhythm. The Aintree, he was different from the time the tape went up. He jumped, he travelled, he was super, and he has age on his side. And he's a very good horse. He's been chasing home Altior for the last couple of years.
There's one thing though. I mean, a horse to go from Cheltenham to Aintree to Punchestown, very few can do it. I mean, we saw Sprinter Sack for a few years ago. He struggled here, yet he was brilliant. Do you know?
Yeah, but Ruby wasn't hard him in Cheltenham when it wasn't happening, and that's key. It wasn't happening. That was it. It wasn't hard him, and he went to Aintree as fresh as hell. And I'd be surprised if he doesn't come back here as fresh.
All will be revealed. Here's Tracy.
Yes, peerless Punchestown, here we are again. 130,000 people expected to come through the gates over the next 5 days. There's 12 Grade 1s and over €3 million on offer. It's going to be a fantastic week. And here is what we have for you on day one. We kick off at 4:20 with the Grade 1 Herald Champion Novice Hurdle over just over 2 miles. Then at 4:55, it's a Killashee Handicap Hurdle over the same distance. Then at 5:30, it's the Grade 1 Boyle Sports Champion Steeplechase over 2 miles, followed by the Goffs Land Rover Bumper at 6:05 over just over 2 miles. And then we finish off at 6:40 with the Grade 1 Dooley Insurance Group Champion Novice Steeplechase over just over 3 miles. Just a couple of non-runners there, as you can see, in the third race, at 4:55, number 1, Golden Spear, and number 7, High Expectations. Yes, well, I'm out here on the track. The place looks absolutely fantastic. I'm joined by Brendan Sheridan, Clark of the course, of course. And we've got a fair few showers today, Brendan, but nothing too serious.
No, we love to see the showers, Tracy. That's heaven to us. Look, the track is in great nick. It's on the slow side. It's yielding ground. The cross-country course is a little bit quicker because we can't water in there, but it's good to firm in places. It's really what you want to start on here with the ground the way it is.
And how much watering have you done?
We've watered away over the past sort of 3 weeks, just not to let the ground get away on us and keep it on the slow side because of the meeting it is, a lot of big good winter horses still going to run, and we just try and keep it as nice as we can. We've had a couple of showers on and off over the past couple of days, which was great, meaning we didn't have to water as much, and we had only a mill overnight, and since morning we've only had about 2 mils. So look, we're in a good place and hopefully everyone will be happy.
Looking forward to a great week. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Oh yes, starters you mean to go on. Upcoming, our first live race, it's a Grade 1. You can't get better than that. It's the Herald Champion Novice Hurdle over 2 miles and half a furlong. 6 runners will go to post. 4 of them trained by that man W.P. Mullins. Yes indeed, 5-year-olds and upwards all go to post, yielding the ground. As we told you, there was a shock in this race 12 months ago. Draconian had a pony 25-1. These are the 6 for the 2019 Herald Champion Novice. Number 1, Aramon for Willie Mullins and David Mullins. 2 is Champagne Platinum, the British-trained Nicky Henderson inmate. Mark Walsh will ride. 3, Felix Desji, Gordon Elliott, Jack Kennedy. 4 is the Cheltenham winner, Classical Dream for Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh. 5, Mr. Blue Sky, he was in action last week, winning action indeed, Willie Mullins and Danny Mullins. Number 6, Quick Grab Him, Willie Mullins and Paul Townend. It's an absolute feast to set the sparks flying here as we kick off Punchestown 2019. How do they bet? Brian Gleeson will tell us.
Oh, what a week we have in Prospect, Tom Lee. The Punchestown Festival, the first of the Grade 1s here with Noel Cummins, bookmaker. Classical Dream, 6-4 on, 11-2, Quick Grab Him. Felix Desji, 7-1, 10-1 bar Noel Cummins. What a meeting Punchestown is.
Yeah, quite right, Brian.
How long are you coming here as a bookmaker?
As a bookmaker, 1976. And as a punter, I was here in 1960.
What makes it so unique?
Well, it was always we'll say, where the roots of the steeplechasing was, the point to point. When I came here first, there was only one race on each day that wasn't a hunter chase. And I think it was the Guinness Chase. It was won by a horse called Zonda, who had been second in the Grand National. But every other race in the card there was a Hunter Chase. So it's graduated from that. It's the countryman's meeting.
It's a wonderful, wonderful spectacle. Your best race as a bookmaker here, where most of the money stayed in the common satchel.
Yeah, it was the Irish champion hurdle. It was won by a horse called Silent Oscar. You might
do your Max Joy and all of that.
Max Joy, Punjabi, and Archibald. And Archibald looked like winning, but Silent Oscar won it. Yeah, happy memories of that particular race.
25-1, Classical Dream. No, always good to speak to Noel Cummins. Has come down here. You see Track Sport. You can see who else down here. Ladbrokes here as well. Pinnacle Sport. You see Mary Carty, of course, also from Track Sport betting. Mary's betting 6-4 on Classical Dream. Quick grab him 11-2, of course, spread by Oliver Loughlin and Youghal in County Cork, and 7-1 Felix Deji. We'll have the first of the grade ones, 12 in total this week. Can Willie Mullins dominate? He's got the top 2 in the betting. We'll have the champion, the novice hurdle, after the commercial break.
And Classical Dream is our favourite. The first we're going to look at is another of Willie's. This is Aram, an interesting horse. He's certainly got his chance. He's won 3 times over hurdles. He won the Future Champions at Christmas. He lost out in a head bobber with Classical Dream when they met at Leopardstown in February. At Cheltenham, well, he's got 10 lengths or so to make up on Classical Dream. And at Aintree, he came out second best to Felix Deji. Good horse.
Horse 2 was Nicky Henderson's runner here for JP, Mark Walsh on board. Good looking sort of horse, one of the best turned out as well too. And Nicky's horse is from great arm. He won well at Newbury, didn't go to Cheltenham. He's won his last 3 in the trot. Nicky is, I think, with Tracy as maybe or someone, or Tracy is talking to Nicky. He'll fill you in more than I will.
Just joined by Nicky Henderson, who nearly got kicked by his runner there. Nicky, welcome back to Punchestown. Always great to see you. Champagne Platinum, of course. In this one, you're saying that you didn't get a chance to get into a run into him before now.
Everything was going well. He won his first and only 2 starts, and we were heading quietly towards Cheltenham, to be honest with you. And he had a problem with one of his feet, and it took us, 3 weeks before Cheltenham, and it took all of 3 weeks to get right, actually. So, having missed that, I'd just quite like to get another run in. Obviously, he's on his way home to Martinstown for the summer, so it seemed a chance to bring him in here and have a little peep at a grade 1 with him. He's going to be a lovely horse over fences next.
He looks a lovely horse.
Oh, he is, and he will be good. We'll see how we get on today, because this finds it. But as I say, he's more of a chaser than a hurdler, but he's quite good.
Just a quick word on Altior. Congratulations, he's been so fantastic. And of course, he won the race later on that Son of Camus is running in, and he looks a lovely type too, Son of Camus.
He is. No, I like him. I was trying to get a run into him sort of 3 or 4 weeks ago, and it's like everywhere in England, it's been so dry. I took him to the races a couple of times and couldn't run him. So he just hasn't got that sort of racecourse experience that I would have liked to have had. I know a lot of the horses this side of the pond haven't run either, but I suspect they've probably seen schooling bumpers and things like that, which we don't have the advantage of. So it's just a matter of whether he knows enough, really.
The very best of luck today. Great to see you. We'll be talking to you later in the week. Of course, Bouvet there is going to be running, so good luck in this.
Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.
Horse number 3 is Felix Deji. He wears a hood. Jack Kennedy takes the ride. They used to drop this horse in and try and settle him, but Jack gave this horse a great ride in Aintree the last day, booked out, made all, and he hung on to win. I'd imagine it'll be the same tactics today.
Just from a slightly negative point of view, if you're back in the favourite here, he was quite keen in the ring walking around. Robert, 4 there, that's him.
Well, yeah.
Just on his toes a little bit, just a little bit buzzy now for my liking. You see him below the start in the corner of your picture as well. He's just anxious to get on with it. I hope he doesn't run with the choke out.
He's had a bit of a break since Cheltenham, but he was impressive in Cheltenham. He won the opener there, the Supreme Novices, and he won it like a really good horse. He's been an improver all season. He's only had 3 runs for Willie. He's won them all, and he ran a Dotoy as well. But he's just a really good sort, I think, and there'll be a few disappointed punters if he gets beat.
That's him there to start now. He done this He'd done that at Cheltenham as well. He bolted a bit as well too. You just wouldn't like him. Felix Desjardins is going to go a good gallop. You just wouldn't like him to get into a tussle with both of them and some of the better horses from behind, because there's 3 Grade 1 winners directly behind him. And if this horse is not on his top game, they could pick these horses up. Getting ready to go. Jack, as Katie said, definitely looks like he's going to make it. He's free. He went a real good gallop. Lucky at the 4th last at Liverpool. He stepped at it, but he got there.
Wore the hood for the first time at Liverpool, and it certainly did the trick. Mr. Blue Sky he's the winner of 2 of his 3 starts. Here they go. Here's Richard.
That's it. They're off and racing. We have 12 Grade 1s this week. This is the first of them as they make their way on towards flight number 1 in the Herald Champion Novice Hurdle Grade 1 contest. Felix Desjardins, no surprise, and Quick Grabbing was awkward over the first, but Felix Desjardins leads them out over flight number 1, being followed over the near side by Classical Dream, who got the Cheltenham Festival off to a flyer at the Supreme Novice. So an entry winner leads a Cheltenham winner. Back in 3rd is Quick Grabbing. We haven't seen him since he won at Fairyhouse before Christmas, and they're being followed by Champagne Platinum, who sits 4. Towards the back of the field is Mr. Blue Sky, and last of all is Aramon. He hasn't missed much this season. He's been busy. They make their way on now towards flight number 2, and it's Felix Desjardins out in front. Jack Kennedy, Classical Dream, racing in 2nd for Ruby Walsh. Has settled pretty well, you'd have to say. Back in 3rd is Quick Grab and Paul Townend, champion jockey elect on the inside. Towards his outside is Champagne Platinum, the mount of Mark Walsh. Towards the back of the field is Mr. Blue Sky and Danny Mullins, and just outside him is Aramon and cousin David Mullins. Now they turn at the top of the track, swinging right-handed on towards flight number 3, and over in front Felix Desjardins leads Classical Dream, being followed by Quick Grab'em down the inside as they continue now to make their way down along the side of the track, heading towards flight number 4, and it is that entry winner Felix Desjardins who leads from Classical Dream, racing in 2nd spot. The colours of Mrs. Joanne Coleman, being followed back in 3rd towards the inside by Quick Grab'em. Those colours may look familiar. Tony McCoy's first Cheltenham Gold Cup in the Worcester colours of Mr. Mulligan, now on board Quick Grab'em, of course. Then towards the near side is Champagne Platinum by Stowaway out of a Rosalier mare, the same cross as Champagne Fever, and won the same race first time out at Quakerstown as Champagne Fever did, and came from the same connections. Roisin Hickey, big crossover here. Just in behind those, towards the back of the field, is Aramon, and at the back of the field is Mr. Blue Sky. So these 6 runners make their way into the back straight, being headed by Felix Desjardins, the Gordon Elliott trained runner. 4 behind are trained by William Mullins, who has won it a record 6 times. His dad before him won it twice. Hungry Her and Dawn Run, 2 adequate additions to the roll of honour. So it's Felix Desjardins from Classical Dream in 2nd. Back in 3rd is Quick Grab'em. Champagne Platinum sits in 4th. Mr. Blue Sky towards the inside, and Aramon is next, heading now towards flight number 5, right across the far side from the stands. Felix Desjardins jumps it well from Classical Dream in 2nd. Aramon, the one that lost a length in jumping there, as they continue across now to go towards flight number 6. This is still Felix Desjardins leading them along, being chased in 2nd spot by Classical Dream. He's just leaning off to his left over most of his obstacles as he makes his way now on the turn that's going to bring him down along the side of the track with 3 flights still to be jumped. Felix Desjardins leads Classical Dream in the first Grade 1 of Punchestown weight, being followed back in 3rd towards the outside by Champagne Platinum. Towards the inside, Quick Grab'em. Mr. Blue Sky is last but 1, and Aramon brings up the rear. Now they come down along the side of the track towards flights 7 and 8, 9 and all to be jumped. Felix Desjardins leads them along from Classical Dream, who's right in his slipstream. Right behind them, Champagne Platinum's trying to close the gap a little, got tight to that one. Quick Grab'em's just come under pressure. Mr. Blue Sky's trying to pick up, and Aramon is nudged along, making their way now towards the flight before the turn into the straight, and Felix Desjardins has Classical Dream almost for company now on the outside. They take it together, and the 2 are drawing clear. Mr. Blue Sky's trying to stay on from the pack. Champagne Platinum's come under pressure. Quick Grab'em's dropped out, and Aramon never got into it. Classical Dream has gone to the front now. From in 2nd spot is Felix Desjardins, can give no more it seems. Back in 3rd is Mr. Blue Sky as they turn towards home. It is Classical Dream who's opening up a clear lead from Felix Desjardins back in 2nd. Mr. Blue Sky is 3rd. Then Quick Grab'em, Aramon and Champagne Platinum, but they straighten up towards the final flight in the Herald Champion Novice Hurdle, won by Draconian last year. It is Classical Dream who's out in front clear from Felix Desjardins in 2nd as they come to the final flight. It is Classical Dream who pops the last clear from Felix Desjardins in 2nd, and as they race up towards the line, Classical Dream got the Cheltenham Festival off to a good start in the Supreme Novice. It's going to get Willie Mullins and Ruby Walsh off to a flyer here in the opener. They won 9 Grade 1s last year. They won 10 back in 2015. They're 1 from 1 already. Classical Dream's your winner. Felix Desjardins 2nd. Mr. Blue Sky, Quick Grab'em, Champagne Platinum and Aramon. But Classical Dream will be a welcome success for owner Mrs. Joanne Coleman, trained by Willie Mullins, ridden by Ruby Walsh. The son of Dreamwell has come out on top.
This fella is classical. He's 4 out of 4 over hurdles since coming to this country. He was absolutely oozing class all the way through. Didn't you love the way he did it?
Yeah, he jumped really well. He's loads of scope about him. He got a bit idle maybe in front. But there are a lot of good horses behind. You might look at it and say maybe he didn't fly from the back of the last. But Felix de Gea is a Group 1 winner at Liverpool. 3 or 4 behind Aramon and Quick Grab were Group 1 winners. The grey horse, Mr. Blue Sky, is a good horse. Nicky's horse is a winner of his last 3. These are all good horses. He just laboured a little bit, but they'd gone a real good gallop. And he's done it well, Katie, hasn't he?
He has. I mean, he hasn't even hit them a tap. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like halfway down the back at one point, I thought I knew there was nothing going to come from behind, but I didn't know how happy Ruby was. And I'd say he's one of them. He falls asleep and then he picks them up in 2 strides. I'd say if he had it all over, he would have waited until he turned in to have one good go. But I'd say this horse has loads in the tank. I'd love to have him at home.
I'd love to have him as well too. He's a good horse. He could develop in time into maybe a champion hurl horse. He's a good looking horse, and maybe he'll end up being a chaser. But he's a sharpest sort of horse. You know what I mean? Sally Ann has Ruby, I think, there in her sights.
Down here with Ruby and Classical Dream, who doesn't look too tired for his efforts. Ruby, he was in form to get on with it beforehand. He was very impressive in the race.
Yeah, he's quite hot in the preliminaries, you know. And I left the earplugs in him today. I took him out in Cheltenham and I wasn't gone a furlong and I was wishing I'd taken him out again. But he jumped super most of the way. I probably took it off Jack soon enough, but I never got to him in Aintree and I wanted to get up and get by him and put the race to bed. But it was a very good performance. He's a top class novice, you know. He won his maiden at Christmas, won at the Dublin Racing Festival, went to Cheltenham and has come here. I mean, what more can you ask a novice to do?
Well, he's 4 out of 4 now, and he's emulated greats such as Duvan. I know you hate to do comparisons with past stars, but how far can this horse go?
Oh, he's a huge future. I mean, you'd imagine he should mature in the summer's grass and he'll improve again. Yeah, he's a very, very good horse, Sally Ann.
We'll have a quick word with Eilish, because you had to go through an awful lot beforehand with Amy Marcy trying to hold on to him, but he must be some horse to look after.
Oh, he's unbelievable. I was so lucky to have had him, and I came into the barn and myself and David Porter were in the barn together, and he's just brilliant. I just love him.
He makes it all worthwhile. Well done, Eilish. Well done, Ruby.
Oh, what a good horse he is. And I think he could do anything, you know. I just love his scope. Katie, I caught your eye as he was jumping a flight on the far side there, and it was effortless, and there's just quality all the way through, isn't there?
Oh, definitely. And I mean, as you say, has the size and the scope as well to go jumping fences. I mean, the options seem to be, they're just so open. He could go any direction. But one stage down the back, the first hurdle, it looked like to me he was going to pop it and he came up out of his hands. He looks like a panther, doesn't he? And there's just loads there. He's got the power and the scope to get to the far side, and it must be a lovely job to be able to steer him around.
Ted, he's a 5-year-old. You mentioned a possible champion hurdle. Would you not jump a fence next season? Is that
sure, I don't know. I mean, like the champion hurl, Willie will decide what he has as ammunition goes, where he's want to go with him. Sure, he could go jumping fences next year. He could go anywhere. It'll be a decision Willie will make. But he tends to sort of maybe aim them horses a little bit towards maybe champion hurl, like, you know. I mean, he may maybe. It's a long ways away. I mean, it's something we always talk about, what they might do. You know, it's all about today, and he won today.
I tell you what, I mean, he was, 6-1 or something at Cheltenham, and he won it like a real horse. Did Ruby, did Willie give you any inclination that this was a horse that was going to be a huge player?
They liked him all along the line. He was gutsy. I mean, you couldn't go into Cheltenham. Like, he just beat Aramon at Leopardstown. Like, yeah. I mean, and he won his maiden hurl. Like,
yeah, but I'd say my heart and soul, I'd say the ground was plenty quick enough for him in Leopardstown as well. Yeah. I'd say you're only going to get the real benefit of this horse on a bit of the softer ground. Like, he was electric in Cheltenham when it was soft, and he was good back here again today. I wouldn't just say he was letting himself down on the quicker surface.
As Ted said, good horses in behind them, but there were only 2 of them all the way around, and Felix de Gea had to give best before they turned in. And this fella just gallops his way to the line. He's got this lovely, long, raking, easy stride. And a son of Dreamwell, who won an Irish Derby. The world is his oyster, as they say. He's come home on his own. Felix de Gea second, and a good run by Mr. Blue Sky, who finishes third. We can have a look at his page there. Dreamwell, a son of Sadler's Wells, an Irish Derby winner, won plenty of races. He was really good out of a Setti MCL mare, French bred all the way down, you see. So
he's dead, Dreamwell. Jane Mangan was telling us that last week at Ferryhouse. He's no longer. That he's gone to God. God has a demand for a Dreamwell up there.
There you are.
He's a big horse, this horse, though. I mean, the options are open. I mean, you're not coming back in and saying, thank God he can jump hurdles well, because that's where he'll be sticking. He's definitely the guts of 16-2 or 16-3.
Oh, yeah, he's a scopy horse. Yeah, he's a bit of length and size about him.
What a week that 16-1.
Harold says he's 16-1. He looks bigger from here, huh?
That's because Harold's only 4'2".
Harold's more than 4'2".
Ruby and Willie will be teaming up later with Min. Ruby's got a great book of books, but my golly, Willie has got some horses this week. Do you know, if he hasn't got the favourite, he's got the second favourite. He's got 3 and 4 in some of the races. He's got a proper stable of horses. And you know, before Christmas, we were wondering when some of the Willie battalion were going to show themselves. But Willie just knows that you've got Cheltenham, you've got Aintree, you've got Punchestown, you've got Fairyhouse, you've got all the big meetings in the spring, and his horses are very fresh. A lot of them didn't run through November and December. Introduced some of them after Christmas.
Sorry, Katie. All the Coleman family were in there as well too. It must be sort of a pang and sort of a time for them too. Their dad bought this horse and never really got to see him run. You know what I mean? It's nice from all there, but special memories as well too.
Let's hear from the winning trainer.
Great start to the week for this man beside me, the king of Punchestown, Willie Mullins. You must be delighted with that. He was good, wasn't he?
Very good. I mean, he did everything nice, did everything the way Ruby wanted him to do it. But, you know, the second horse has been to Cheltenham, has been to Aintree, so I was hoping that might tell, and that probably told around the second last when Ruby raised upside. And, you know, the second horse is a very good horse. Not sure I'd want to meet him really fresh and well. So we got the benefit of his exertions in Aintree, I think, today.
We're relishing the clash later on. Underso and Min, how are they both?
Both are good. I think I'm not sure we're getting enough rain for Underso. We haven't had winter ground for him yet this year. And
Min was so good last time.
Min did in Aintree was fantastic. So if he can do that again, I'd say he'll. I wouldn't mind riding him if he could do that again. But there you are.
As I say, a great start to the week, and then because later on of Album, Photo and Kemboy, and both in great form, are they?
They are, and you know, Bells Hill is there too.
Bells Hill, of course, yeah.
He's unbeaten in Punchestown. You know, that's 4 runs, 4 wins, I think. So I wouldn't be just dismissing him. I wouldn't. I'm as interested to know which horse will win as everyone else is. So they all have their chances, and it depends on, I suppose, on what fires on the day, what previous runs have taken out of the horses. You know, Bells Hill did pull up in Cheltenham, so he got a very easy run into this. Kemboy and Album Photo have had, you know, hard races, but you know, so we're all here and in one piece, and that's a lot to be said for that.
It's a fascinating few days ahead, and many congratulations so far. I know we'll be talking to you again.
Hopefully.
Well, we will, Willie.
Well, Tracy, I'm in the happy position of being able to talk to the victorious Coleman family, Joanne Coleman and friends and family. Many congratulations. Did that pan out quite as you anticipated, getting a lead and then easing into contention? And wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Job done.
I suppose it did in a way, but nobody ever really anticipates it going quite so well, do they?
You say that because this has been a remarkable season. When you think that it's been an unblemished career over hurdles thus far since coming to this country. At what point did you, as a group, realise that this horse, the vibes coming from Close Sutton, was not just a little bit, but miles above average?
I think after Cheltenham, going into Cheltenham, we were just happy to see it run. Like this is what my dad wanted to see, and the way it ran at Cheltenham, it was just so, it ran so well. Coming into here, you need to back it up, and it did. So we're over the moon.
This is a great game of hopes, dreams, and ambitions. You might be sitting on a champion hurdle horse for 2020.
That be? How wonderful! Yeah,
Yeah, hopefully he should be anyway.
of the younger brigade, he looks the best. So we'll hope for the best.
Joanne, if I may finish with you, how did you come to acquire this fella?
He's my husband's horse, and Pierre obtained him for him and promised him a Cheltenham runner and not a Cheltenham winner, and look what he gave us. The support, it was his dream.
That was the dream. He's not only a Cheltenham winner, he's now a Punchestown Festival winner. Massive congratulations, well done.
It's a great story. The Coleman family, the late John Coleman, loved going to a Hearn's restaurant in Youghal, and that's why they met, of course, Tom Manny, who Tom Lee just spoke to, a great judge of a horse. Tom Manny from Park near Inch, very close to Davy Russell country, and they found the real one, Classical Dream, emulating the likes of Back and Front, Brave Ink, Duvan, and now Classical Dream since 1990 that have won the Supreme Novice and have come on to win the Herald Champion Novice Hurdle at the Punchestown Festival. 13-8 on favourite, and those of you who took the odds on never had a moment's anxiety. Yes, I'm under the RT umbrella. It may be raining at Peerless Punchestown, but it will not dampen our spirits. If we have one hell of a party over the next 5 days here as we celebrate what has been a tremendous jumping season. More about that and on, but as we head into a commercial break, time to reflect. Roll back the clock to 2010. Yes, it was the 2-mile champion chase. Remember the day? Tony McCoy and Twist Magic, I think it refused to race. For Paddy the Plasterer, the Waterford horse, Size of Europe, was favourite, but they forgot the horse trained by Willie Mullins, Cork colours, the O'Leary colours, gold and silver. The 6:05, it's the big one on day one, the BoyleSports.com champion steeplechase, all about speed and class.
Gold and Silver has won 3 of his 5 starts this season. He's very ground dependent, but all his best form has been on pretty soft or heavy ground.
Maybe worried enough about Twist Magic. He's active, he's playing up plenty, and I just hope he jumps off. If they go this time, he'll go. No, he's not. He's gone. He stood.
Gold and Silver also in touch as they run the turn into the straight. Sizing Europe in the centre. Near side is Gold and Silver. Far side for Paddy the Plasterer. On the run in, Gold and Silver the leader. Far for a follower. It's Gold and Silver who goes on for Paddy the Plasterer as they race up towards the line. And Gold and Silver is going to win the BoyleSports.com champion chase.
There's our winner, and young Paul Townend. Nice day for him. 2 Grade 1 winners. Big smile on his face here. He loves this horse.
Paul just took his time a lot more, let the race go on, and then we just said if that worked, he might be arriving around the second last, and it did. So I couldn't believe how well he was going.